Yeah.
Uh, Earlier today, I did a whole bunch of stuff here in Wuling, mostly with like the stock, mostly relating to stock bills in regional development. Created a bunch of times, so this does seem to still be doing stuff. So yeah, I found that this overall in total takes 2 minutes and 40 seconds to make one Het Knight component. So in total, I'm making about 540 every 24 hours. Yeah, this thing is slow. It's definitely the slowest component production I've ever had. But what am I gonna do? Oh, you can access the airport AC report from here. I am running out of Cuprium ore and Cuprium and Cuprium ore, so I should probably fix that. Apparently, I'm out of Sheer Night too, so that's weird. That shouldn't be happening. But that's not a hard fix, so not too worried. I can pretty much grab like, yeah, I can grab these last three depot bus sections and then like move them over here somewhere, and then make another one of these Sheer Night production things. That's fine. It'll be fine. Otherwise, this thing is doing just fine. Uh, as long as that doesn't stop my production of batteries, it should be fine. Batteries are doing fine, actually. Yeah, they're doing just fine. Their movement they're a little all over the place right now. They're quite a bit shaky, but they're in total they're doing just fine. Anti components are so slow they don't even register. The yield is technically 6 a minute, which I find funny because that yield is just using how fast it makes it on here, which is 10 seconds. But you need to make 160. Sorry, no, you need to shred you need 80 cuprium per, which means that if you're only using one shredding unit, that is 160 seconds, which is where I get the 2 minutes 40 from. It takes so long. It is an abysmally slow process if you're not using a bunch of cuprium. The problem with max producing cuprium is that you then have to deal with the sewage, which is a pain in the ass. I'd rather just not. But yeah, I did a bunch of that earlier. So we're up to 16 out of 18 now. As you can see here, is because we maxed out all the stock redistribution terminals, all the depot nodes, which is why we now have like a, I don't know, 80,000. I have no idea what our max limit is now. I've maxed out the monitoring terminals. I maxed out every recycling station was already maxed out. I went and maxed out the purification node, and I'm currently working on this right here. It's been going. It's been going for sure. Because we did this, I have all this now. So that's nice. That's very nice. Actually, I can't do anything with those with the Jingotes. Those will just have to go in here. Yeah, we're out of cuprium parts too. It's a very slow process. Um, shouldn't be too bad overall though. No good load parts. That's unfortunate. Uh, 44, I suppose, is good. Yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff from in here. Pretty much everything that wasn't, permanent. Alrighty. Let's go back to Dijon. Everything here is working just fine. It's enough for everything to be going at a normal rate, so I don't have to worry about it. All I have to do is make more Coprium and Sheernite, and then it'll be golden. I'm also going to probably go through and make better other stuff, but, like, not that much I need to make. Like, if I go to Blueprints, I am very happy with what I've done recently. Can I access Blueprints from here? No. I'm just now realizing you can't access Blueprints from here. Which is... I never noticed. What menu would you use for that? You can access Gear 7 from here, but that's because of what it is. But yeah, I did the dual Yajin Jinkao production for both Yajin Syringe A and Jinkao T in the same production line, and it is my magnum opus in this game. I fucking love that thing. I love that I made it. It's just awesome. That, along with the Het Knight production, both using the expanded Crucible in two very different ways. The Jinkao and Yajin thing is using the expanded Crucible in order to facilitate two separate reactions, while the expanded Crucible in the Het Knight is being used as a recursive usage, meaning one thing that's doing two parts of the same exact line, like two different steps in the process. It's just cool. I need to keep extracting seeds. I'm just going to extract a bunch of seeds. I have to swap buttons. Give me a second. Give me a 5. You beat in 2 7s. I'll take them, I guess. I don't know why you're giving them to me. Here, have my 2s. Or does anyone actually need a 7? Nope. Pretty typical, I'd say. But yeah, what the Het Knight one is doing is you put in cuprium powder and precipitation acid, and so you get cuprium solution. That goes into a purifier, which turns it into 4 of it into Het Knight and precipitation acid, 1 of each, and then that precipitation acid is going back into the system through a pipe converter. But then that Het Knight solution is going back into the reactor crucible, combining with Farium powder, and then that combination makes pure Het Knight. But for the Jinkiao T and Yajin Syringe A, it is just the thing that combines two separate lines into one, and then splits them back off again. It is taking 2 units of water, and then 1 unit of Yajin powder, and 1 unit of Jinkiao powder, and then it is separately making each of those into their solution variants. Those solutions are then going out of separate tubes into separate filling units. With the untrained eye, you might not even notice that's what's happening, because it's so well like combined, and the whole thing is fully symmetrical and like looks like just one long like thing. It's awesome. It is. I absolutely love that design. I'm actually gonna go stand by it just because I love it so much. Like, moving stone. Why is everything rolling stone? Like, I love it so much. It is my favorite thing in this game that I have designed myself entirely from scratch, just from looking at the reactor crucible and then looking at the other things I need to be like, I can save space with that. It's just one of my favorite things I've done.
Got a little something for you.
And then my last favorite thing is just the absolute absurdity of the standard capacity battery production, and how it has to be so abysmally wide. I would also like to note that the dual production thing is also my thinnest thing today. Oh my god, you're kidding. I just realized what happened. Oh, what? Oh, nothing for progression got moved in there sometime. Okay. Weird. Anyways. I can also get more credits if I go do one node. Under 45. Go ahead and kill the enemies that are standing right next to here. So, and I can't believe of all places I managed to fit it in uh, Jinyu Valley, the Jinyu Valley one, Sky King's Flats. Oh, the enemies still aren't here. They never respawned. Nice, means I don't have to worry about them. That's no problem at all. start doing these more consistently. Because these also go, when you do the friend ones, you actually get credits, and I didn't know this. So I'm definitely going to go do that. I remember not to jump, because I did that once, and it screwed everything. Jumping, though, does, like, nothing. It gets rid of, like, a 1%, and I don't think you start getting, like, reductions until, like, 80%, which is how much you go down to when you teleport. Which you'll obviously never do multiple times. My guess is it's 1% for every jump, 5% for every damage, like every hit taken, and then 20% for every use of teleport call.
Bamboo gummies are back for a limited time. Come give them a try.
Huh. Zero with this for. Let's just tough it out till dawn. Maybe I should learn to fight.
Yeah, this is also just a good source of stock bills, which I do need a lot of. Just for like materials and stuff. Like, still gotta buy the rest of these. Got a bunch of these. There's a bunch of T credits up here. Protohedrons. And then, of course, the absolute insane number of sanity usage permits that I don't have yet that I need. Yeah, as for Cuprium, that won't be a big issue because I actually need Cuprium, or I can just go grab. I need to do the Cuprium stuff anyways because I need the developmental points from grabbing all of the mining spots. Wait, how do you get up to this spot again? I forgot which side it is. Oh, it's up there. I could probably also set up some stuff here, but I'm not going to bother trying to bring power around everywhere. Setting up power lines is a little annoying. Problem with this though is that you get a. It always gives 30, but so many of these are shit pay. I've seen a 163k once, but most of what shows up here is like 96 to 106, with the occasional 119. It's because people get to the high-paying ones too quickly. Okay. Yeah, my stomach's not being nice. So, Unassembly here. Let's make 2 of these. 1 of these. Yeah, I also didn't realize originally that arts intensity affects the physical statuses as well, so do all that. Endman upgrade.
Elysium will carve a path for us.
This set is it's good, but it's just not as good for her.
A fine
This
product
set.
of industrial manufacturing.
I used up 200 of my hard-earned Cuprium components, or headlight components, but this should massively increase overall performance. Attack is still ridiculously high, but this time I also have a large arts intensity. Yeah, I got 55 arts intensity plus 46% physical damage bonus. I just don't have the raw attack percent, but like this still has plus 8 attack percent. Plus I get physical damage dealt plus up usually around 24% for 20 seconds after consuming it. The target already has susceptibility or staggered or has attached Iridium crystals. The Reformation buff is 1.5 times stronger. So that goes from 24% to 36%. Of course, I can make it better by doing artificing, which I could easily do because I have a bajillion of the other items. Can I specify operator? No. Default? Does default help? How about default ascending? Nope. Go for operator ascending? No. You see how bad this still is, even though it's a good match? This is why I don't like artificing. And even with that, I went from 3844 to a whopping
Still waiting for something?
3885. It basically did nothing. I gained an extra 8 agility. The amount you get is pitifully low, and unfortunately going for the actual like stats, a little annoying. The difference you really get is negligible. Okay, let's see how this holds up in actual combat. Before I do, I just want to show. I love showing this thing. I love it. It's my magnum opus of near almost complete symmetry as well. So, hold on, I have to get around. But it's this whole thing. This is all one singular giant dick and balls of a production line that surrounds this. As you can see, it's getting 2 water and it's getting 2 liquids. Filling unit, this one's connected to here. Filling unit, this one's connected to this packaging unit. So 1 is connected to 3 and 2 is connected to 4. And through all this, it's literally just, if you were to split this in half, it is just, it is exactly what you would have done for a separate system, except it's more compact like this. It's only 26 wide because of the freaking water treatment units. So it's actually only 20 wide. And the reason is because it's 18 from the depot bus unloaders, and then these extra individual slots for liquids. And then all of this stuff just goes into here. Or these 2 here go into here, along with the water to make this. It's so simple, and yet it's perfect. I love it. But looking at the blueprint for it, it is just It is so wonderful to look at. Look at this. I can't even go side to side because it perfectly fits. Look at this. Look at this perfection. It's almost completely symmetrical. And if I wanted to, if I made it a little longer, I could make it symmetrical. If I made it longer, it's just that I would have to have 2 block gaps in between because of these things. Or I could make it slightly wider and have it be symmetrical. But width is what you want to avoid. Yeah, it's so perfect. Yeah, this is the only one that's a little weird because it has to go around because of its specific position, because of how the water system works with these refineries. It's a little annoying, but you do what you can. And then, of course, the other one being the Head Knight, which I also love. It's so, look how simple and small it is. It is one thing of coprium and one thing of ferrium. It goes into the thing, they make a powder. That powder then goes into here. And first thing is that takes one thing through the slot here of precipitation acid that goes in here, makes the liquid, makes the coprium solution that goes back out into here, where it makes where it splits back out into precipitation acid and headnight solution. The precipitation acid goes back out into here for the pipe converter, goes back into the system, keeps it running as efficiently as possible. And then the it just gets thrown back in here with where it combines with this to make headnight. It makes sewage along with it. That sewage just gets instantly dumped out of this water treatment unit, and you have headnight. And that's it. I love using these. It's using the same material, the same item, the expanded crucible, but it's using them in 2 different ways. It's awesome. I love it. Like, this is the only time I've ever actually been able to use the expanded crucible. I tried using the expanded crucible for this, but I ended up having to use 3 crucibles for it, which was kind of sad. 1, 2, and 3, because I really did need that many. Because the problem was this is that I had too many. It needed too many inputs. There were too many inputs and too many outputs to use an expanded crucible for this. Really sad. So the one problem with the expanded crucible is that they should have made it have 3 inputs and 3 outputs for liquid. They made it a hulking 6x5. It is the biggest item in the entire game. It takes up the most space. Even more than the, I don't have any here, but the Forge of the Sky, even though it is taller. But the height doesn't matter. But it is the biggest thing ever. It's unfortunate that I can only use it in 2 things. It's cool. It's the thought behind it is awesome. It's just that it just doesn't have enough uses. Can I buy something for me? All right, I'm gonna do that. I did have space in here, right? Not quite, not here. And the one side will. And I just wanted to talk about that a bunch. I love these things. I love these things I have built. Have you all the way? Based. Can I tell you? I wish I could tell you based. I need to look through what actually is in here. Unfortunately not. There's still a fairly limited number of things. Oh, they had a bunch of things in here. Is there any of Avi? Avi have any? I'm not seeing any. Where's Avi? Man, they don't. We need our bunny. Benoy. She's not in here. It's a lot of Perlica. How many Perlicas is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. There's 14 in total. So I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Hey, did that open up yet, by the way? Oh, I saw it in here when I was going through stuff. Nope. Oh, yeah, the 12th. Yeah, no. Yeah, is my Sheer Knight working at... I'm curious what specifically is reducing Sheer Knight consumption or production. I'm going to go here to where all my more industrial size Sheer Knight production things are. God, I'm so exhausted today already. It's not actual food. I've only been drinking coffee today because we don't have anything else in the house. She keeps putting off. So these things are still making Sheer Knight at max speed. It's just not enough. Can I fit one here? I probably can, right? Let's be so for real. Sheer Knight V3. Does overlap with other facilities. Oh, it's just this. Hold on. I can move you. I can move all of you away. Actually, hold on. Let me do one of these at a time. You get moved first. Actually, no. You need to get moved first. Get moved like all the way down here. And then you can get moved. All about space efficiency. I should probably also change all these to a more modern version, just so they use a little less space. These are a little. These ones are a bit space consuming. Just overall. Also, I just realized. Okay, I can't move the water one. This one has to get moved back because it needs water. Well, actually, no, it's fine. I just have to. Actually, you can even stay that way. Just get moved here. That's fine. Okay. Fashion tire belt. Review all the way up here. And then I can grab all of this, plus you. Let my hands be stretchable there. Move you close to the wall. And then I can move you again. All the way down here. Which I could have more efficient if I move some other stuff around. Like this protocol stash, which I'm actually going to go ahead and do. I'm going to take this and move it. And it fits not perfectly. It is 1 too wide. It's a little annoying. I can move it up here, so it doesn't matter. That uses as little space as possible, which then lets me put the shear 93 right here. I'm going to do something really weird. I'm going to stash this in one grid, and then I'm going to hack this entire system, move up one. Including all these. Have them all move up one. So now it's still connected with water. Okay. And that lets me put the shear 93 next to it. Which means I need more of the flower and sand leaf probably as well. Yeah. So let's go place some of those down. I don't think I have one of these like this. Yeah. Because I want it to be like what I have over here now, which is just a bit more space efficient. Going to save blueprint. Plant. Save. Place. Just in any little spot I can find. That'll fit it. Actually, I think it's a little easier from this menu. So some empty versions of these. Fine, planter. Then we throw in a buckflower seed. And then we have three. Two of them will be that, and another one will be uh, the other thing. Take you. And then you need sand leaf. Some of the other stuff got moved out, so I have it in my inventory. So let me go find that. What I just did. It is nice. It is nice that those are all completely self-sufficient, so I don't have to touch them ever again. It's literally just if I need more of them. Okay, well, time to throw a bunch into throw a bunch of those things everywhere. I should have enough of everything else though. I think I'm good on Yajin and stuff. Yajin is still sitting here maxed out, so same with the Jin count. Yeah, this over here is where the fluid bay was before I decided to get rid of it. So that will generate 4, which will be 2 in each of these. Those 2 will go back in, generate more, and then we'll just keep going. That will slowly build itself up, especially as that stuff begins to max out. It should be the same for the other fireball thing over here. If I need to, I can also bring more firebuckle over here, so not that big of an issue. If I need to, I can have it be fully recursive to itself for a bit, so that it can just continuously generate more of them as it needs. Unfortunately, it's just not in a good spot to do that at the moment, so probably could. No, I'm not going to look now. Yeah, let's take a look at this second thing I put down. This one. Right. That is a problem that I need to address. So there is a fluid thing here. Yeah, it's not doing anything now. So I'm going to have this come up and in. I forgot about that. It needs water. Because of course it does. Everything here needs water. Otherwise, it's not doing anything. Just throw some water in there for right now while it waits. I have some extra water on me. Okay, now I can fill this back up. That should fix the production and everything else. So. Nice. We should start having more shear knife. Then we don't. More shear knife than not shear knife. What do you have? Oh. That was the thing they added. Or would I even put those? Do I have any space? I'm pretty sure I'm just out of space in general. Pretty sure everything here is full. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff over here that could probably get moved to other spots. Overall, there's not a whole lot to work with. I could, like, super hyper get this stuff working. You know, build more of these that are like this one, and then make them more compact. Make them in their own little squares. Because this thing is what is the exact size of this thing? 12 by 13. It is almost a perfect square, but it is instead a rectangle. Do I have anywhere with space to build? Do I have any space in the marker stone to build a giant thing for producing the batteries? Probably not, right? I mean, I do have the space, but now that I think about it, the main problem is definitely just the shirk-on. Oh yeah, this thing is just running out of this stuff. Stuff is just... It is just this. Let's have y'all set to the things I don't use as much of. Wait, where are they? Am I blind? Oh, there they are. Those generate 2. So, I have to go a little faster. 1 for each. FPS stifled. Because right now, I'm pretty sure the shear knife is the only thing limiting this right now.